I'm Jason.
I'm Rick. This is the PCS Report.
G'day everyone, welcome to the start of the week, and of course that means another episode of the PCS Report.
Hey guys.
Well, again, another week and a lot of news to be talking about, isn't that right, Rick? How's your week been, mate?
Good, mate. It's been good, mate. Work's been busy, but just catching up on TV shows.
Well, it's that time of year too, isn't it?
It's Christmas time, everyone's
got to catch up with everyone.
About. What are you going to buy for Christmas, you know, so...
That's it. I mean, that's what it's all about. But you know what? Lots of stuff to talk about, Rick.
There is.
What have you got to talk about this week?
And speaking of Christmas and gifts, Amazon Australia has been launched a couple of days ago.
Yes, correct.
The big Amazon company. Now, we all know about Amazon. They got their finger in everything. And now they're into the online shopping here in Australia. But there has been some reviews about it. Some good ones and some bad ones. They're saying that the prices on the site aren't as cheap as what they were saying they were going to be.
Okay.
So
interesting.
Look, I mean, for instance, if you're going to buy general purpose products and everyday items and so forth like that, they're not going to be as cheap on Amazon. But what is cheap and what is coming up, if you're a big gamer, a lot of the gaming systems are a lot cheaper on Amazon than what they are in like your main stores, like
you picked my attention.
Targets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So to give you guys an idea, a PlayStation 4 game, Call of Duty World War II is $39.99 plus $5.56 on Amazon. You go to
like those online stores.
You're looking at $69. Plus $6.95 shipping, and that's from XMen. A Nintendo Switch console is $3.99 on Amazon, compared to if you walk into a Target, which is $4.99.
So that's the saving of $100. That's pretty good.
That's right. So saving $100 at this time of the year is a big saving. Yeah,
look, it's one of those things. I think Amazon is just another facility, really, to keep your eye on. Yeah, it's not like everything was going to be cheaper. I don't know what people were thinking.
That's right.
It's just like any other store. Sometimes they have sales on certain items.
That's right.
And that's kind of all it is.
And they were looking at shampoo was like $7 on Amazon, but in Woolworths it's like $3. Well, you don't go to buy shampoo online. You know what I mean? People just really think about it.
Just think about it sensibly. But I think it's a great thing we've got Amazon.
Yeah, I think it's great, and I think it's going to pick up. So
brilliant. Well, I want to talk some movie news, Rick. This week, and I've got all movie news, I believe, this week. But I think the biggest story, which was really a shock, I think, to most people in the industry, and certainly when I read it, I was in shock. And that is that Quentin Tarantino is going to be hooking up with J.J. Abrams to pitch the new Star Trek movie.
What?
Wow. So basically, Quentin Tarantino has spoken about his love for Star Trek before. He really has. I mean, he's a big fan of Star Trek Next Generation. In fact, he one of their episodes he claims is the best hour of television ever made.
Wow, okay. Well,
so he basically came up with a really cool idea that he was talking to J.J. Abrams about, and J.J. Abrams was turning around and going, that's fantastic. We're going to set up a writer's room, and we're going to get you to pitch your idea, and we're going to write the movie around your idea. So it's not that Quentin Tarantino will be directing it. He'll be more like overseeing the concept and the idea.
Okay.
And which is fantastic, I think. And what's even made me even more excited, Rick, it's going to be R-rated.
Yeah, I was going to say, Quentin's style of filming and directing into this.
I think that would be a fantastic and ballsy way to go, is to bring those real Quentin Tarantino elements into a Star Trek film. Blood, sex, violence, drug use. Yeah. Why wouldn't that happen if you're trapped with 2,000 other people on a tin can going through space? Weird shit would happen on that, and I think that's where Tarantino was thinking. So, absolutely fantastic, I can't wait to see if this actually comes to fruition and what the story would be. I think it would be amazing.
I think it'd be good, actually. It'd be interesting to see.
I'd love him to direct it, but I don't think he'll direct it. And JJ won't direct it because he's too busy doing Star Wars.
So it's still in the pipeline at the moment, but it's not definite yet what's going to be.
Well, like if they've announced it in the media, Paramount has agreed to it, which is the studio that owns Star Trek. JJ Abrams has come out and said it, so has Quentin. It's not a pipe dream, it's actually going to happen. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Can't wait.
Not a problem.
All right, guys. I'm going to talk about just something on Netflix which just popped up. I love the old classic movies, and if we didn't have these classic movies, we wouldn't have the movies today. And this movie's actually getting a remake, which is being released next year. And I'm talking about Death Wish.
Oh, yes. The remake with Bruce Willis coming out.
The remake is with Bruce Willis next year. But the original 1974 was with Charles Bronson. This is... I love this movie. As a kid, I used to watch these movies, and the thing about these movies is they were movies. There's no CGI back then. When they had to have a car jump over 2 buildings, it was a stunt guy, and that was what it was all about.
This movie, the original movie, Rick,
badass.
is so raw.
It is,
and it's very upsetting. Actually, what happens to his family?
It's an R-rated movie. It is a very violent movie. So basically the concept is it's an architect whose wife and daughter get murdered and raped, and he goes out on a vigilante rampage to find obviously a killer and kills all these people and so forth. Great movie. It is really definitely worth a watch. It is on Netflix now.
Yeah. It's a classic film.
It is a classic film. It certainly is. And
you have to watch this film, guys.
Yeah, definitely go see it. It is a great movie.
It's on Netflix. It's not going to cost you anything. Well, it's going to cost you
a subscribing fee, but definitely check it out before you go check out the new Death Wish, which comes out next year.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
so that will give you an idea.
All right. Okay. Now back to the world of Hollywood. Another big news that's come out this week, and I think it's taken the nerd world by surprise, and everyone's really excited about this concept. Disney and 21st Century Fox are closing in on a deal.
Ooh,
Disney,
this is huge.
$60 billion is up for grabs here to buy 21st Century Fox, and that means their entire movie library, like stakes and 30% stake in Hulu. You've then got, they own a bit of Comcast, which is a big internet provider and subscribed in America, the Sony Entertainment Vision. They would absolutely clean up here if they were to take that on board. But what the nerds are excited about, that brings all the XMen Fantastic Four universe into under the same Marvel umbrella. Now, it's pretty crazy. Now, there's a bit of to and froing here. What's your opinion? Would you want to see Marvel just take control of all their characters and produce their films? Okay, you're the head of the studio, right?
Yeah.
You've got the situation. You now own all the properties, like the comic book properties from Marvel. What do? Do you bring everything so everything interlinks together, or do you keep it separate?
No, everything interlinks together. Would be the better.
Could you do that right now, though? What does that do to Deadpool? Couldn't you have Deadpool in the MCU?
You could. I don't see why.
Can you bring the current X-Men universe into the MCU?
You could.
You could.
I think
the only way to do it, you'd have to actually scrap all those films and rebuild it from scratch. Because the continuity is so out. You can't have a Logan type of thing fit into the MCU. They're very different styles. I think what you do, you keep them separate. But you have fun with it.
But
wouldn't it be great to see in an after-credit scene in Avengers 4, Deadpool shows up? But you can't have Deadpool
in the same universe.
It's too complex. Honestly, I would say what would happen is the Fantastic Four would come on board. You get that finally done properly. That just needs
to be remade.
Marvel's the people to handle that.
Yeah.
But that means that you've got Galactus, you've got Doctor Doom, you've got the Silver Surfer, you've got Namor, you've got all these great characters that could go in the MCU. But I reckon the X-Men universe, they're doing a fantastic job at the moment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're
Deadpool,
they're smashing it.
Deadpool and bloody Logan were unbelievable films. X-Men Dark Phoenix looks really good too. I've got a story about that a little bit later. X-Force is coming out. There's lots of good things going. But if they did say, if Hugh Jackman did done the gloves one more time for Avengers, I must admit I'd be pretty damn excited.
It'd be huge. You never know.
Big news. We'll see if this deal closes up. I mean, if Disney owns all that stuff, mate, you imagine the money. $60 billion, Rick.
That's a lot of cash.
That's a chunk of change. That's a chunk of change.
So
unbelievable. What have you got for me, Rick?
I got a pretty little nifty little story about The Sopranos. Big Sopranos fan. Everyone knows The Sopranos TV show.
Wow, when did that end? That ended in like the mid-2000s.
Yeah, and that was that controversial ending that everyone was like whinging about. How
Which I love.
It just went black. Yeah. I think it was great. There was nothing wrong with it.
Well, that's how the show started. You just started in the middle of their lives, and then you end in the middle of their lives.
And you see, them walking in, and then you don't know what's going to happen, who dies, who what, and I think it was great. Yeah. But anyway, that's just blew up, and everyone whinged about it. But anyway,
what are they doing? They're rebooting it or something?
But no, they're not rebooting it. The actual Bada Bing, the strip joint, that they used to have all their, meetings in and everything like that.
That was their office.
Their office is actually called Satin Dolls in New Jersey, and it's actually
a real bar.
It's a real bar. It still has performers in there and everything like that. Okay. But it's actually been in the news because it is involved with a convicted racketeer, a mobster. So they're looking at shutting it down and
life imitation.
Yeah, I know. How fucked up is that?
Wow.
So they're looking at either selling it, getting rid of the liquor license and the entertainment, because it's involved in gangsters, real life gangsters.
Real life gangsters.
So I reckon that is the coolest fucking
full
shit.
That's cool. Part of me goes, that's really cool. But that's wow.
So you're going there.
It's kind of funny,
in the back of your mind, you're thinking, shit, what's happening actually in that office there while you're looking at
You're really expecting to see Paul walk out any
coming out and someone get the shit back out of him. But
unbelievable.
So I thought it was
that
pretty
is weird,
cool.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That happens in life sometimes where literally, life imitates art.
Yeah, it does.
It's kind of, this has happened in the movie, now it's happening in real life.
So
that's crazy.
Cool.
Now, Rick, I was just talking about Disney buying Fox, right?
Yes.
And obviously, though, this week, in relation to Fox and their cinematic universe, XMen Dark Phoenix photos have been released.
Definitely, yeah.
So, as you can see right there, it looks really good. She looks really good on fire and all that. I think I really want to talk about this, though, because they're going to space. In this movie, they go to space.
They go to space.
Now, X-Men in the comic books has a huge presence in the cosmic universe. And certainly has been a big part of the comic books for many, many, many years. So it is interesting they're actually going to go in that direction. And apparently the rumour is there is something that happens halfway through that movie that completely changes the universe forever. Not in sense of the movie, but the Fox cinematic universe. Yeah. So there's going to be something happening in that film which will shape how the films play out in further film. So I think it's really great they're going down this way. I currently have a lot of faith in what they're doing. Yeah. They've delivered X-Men Apocalypse. Probably the only one. But everything from X-Men First Class going forward has been absolutely
great movie.
Brilliant. So I'll be really interested to see where they go. And everybody's back for this too. You've even got Jennifer Lawrence to come back for this one. So it must have been a decent script for everyone to come back on board.
So McAvoy's back.
Everyone's back, And I mean, you got 3 films next year, mate, from the potentially 4 films next year if they get Gambit up and going. So you've got X-Men Dark Phoenix being released in 2018. You've got Deadpool 2. You've got the New Mutants and possibly Gambit.
I don't know about Gambit as a character.
It's really weird. It was going to be made and then it disappeared for a while and now it's all accelerated and it's happening.
Yeah.
So they must have sorted it out too. So
done there.
I can't wait to see. Now, X-Men Dark Phoenix comes out November 2nd next year.
Okay.
So Deadpool will be out in May and this film will be released. So I can't wait to see first bit of footage when it comes out.
Can't wait. All right, now just going back onto those classic movies I was speaking to you about. I got another one. This one's on Stan. I'm talking about Raging Bull, 1980. Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci. This movie is just phenomenal.
It's brutal.
It is an amazing movie, and a young Robert De Niro. His performance in this is so emotional.
Well, he set the bar of how you could change yourself in a film because he put on all that weight.
Yeah.
And it's the first time you got him and Joe Pesci together as well.
Yep. And basically, it just follows a boxer who's a champion, Jake LaMotta.
Mate.
The Raging Bull.
Yeah.
And it follows his life, his violence, like obviously outside the ring and inside the ring.
Absolutely.
It is just
and do you know
phenomenal.
that originally this film was shot in colour, but the studio wouldn't release it, and they couldn't get clearance to release it because of the violence. So they had to do because the boxing scene was that brutal, that they actually had to make it black and white just to be able to release it.
Oh, yeah.
That's incredible, isn't it?
That's
and it
insane.
is an unbelievable film, and it's one of Scorsese's great films.
It is.
And it is probably De Niro's greatest performance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And
with that Taxi Driver,
and that's what started. That's right. Well, he was in Godfather and all that, but great performance as well. But look, guys, if you haven't seen it, just check out a quick little clip that we'll show of. Raging Bull.
The dancing master, LaMotta the brawler, moves in right for the most of the time. Now he's hurt Robinson. LaMotta coming at Robinson again. Both hands to the head, a left and a right to the jaw. A hard left hand to the body thrown by LaMotta.
There you go, guys.
Fantastic movie.
Get on it, definitely.
Absolutely. And was that on Stan? You said?
That was on Stan.
Okay,
yeah.
Excellent.
Get on it.
All right, now, back to Hollywood again.
Here we go.
Back and forward this week. But I've got to talk about what's happened from the fallout of Justice League.
Yeah.
Now, Justice League has been,
a little bit disappointing.
Let's just say there's been, some disappointments out there.
Yeah.
I actually probably have liked it more if I've gone along than I initially did. And look, it isn't a bad movie, but it's nowhere near the quality of the MCU and like the Marvel films. So basically, they've done a massive upheaval again. So Warner Brothers again is changing their direction.
Yeah.
So people have been fired, executives have been let go.
Yeah.
The guy who was responsible for the film production side of the organisation is now gone. And so Ben Affleck has stated he's out.
He's out, that's it.
No, he's going to do one more film.
Oh, okay.
But it's not the Batman.
What is he doing?
He's going to appear in Flashpoint.
Okay.
So that will be his last appearance.
That's it.
And I think that's the way to get him out of the series too, because, as you know, Flashpoint, Barry Allen destroys the timeline.
Yeah.
And everything forever changes.
And that's how they can do it.
And that's how they can do it. So, and that's probably the best way to do it. I mean, honestly though, they've really gone the wrong way. They need to follow their animation arm.
Yeah.
Everything they're doing in the animation realm, DC, is working in a big bad way. Take a note from them, Warner Brothers. Make those type of standalone films that I've been harking on about. I would see Batman Year One adaptation. I want to see the Flashpoint Paradox or Crisis on Infinite Earths. Make those standalone features. Be ballsy. Be creative. Go in a different direction. Fox is doing it with the XMen universe, and Warner Brothers can do it by being true to their source material.
But doing this is just...
what are you, rebooting, resetting, different tone, you're asking the audience
and then you're gonna get different characters
to forget all the other continuity before.
So
what happens to Henry Cavill, who is actually good as Superman? What happens to Gal Gadot? We know they're making Wonder Woman 2.
Yeah.
Is this all being set up just to get rid of Ben Affleck and the sad kind of down vibe? I don't know. Either way,
but who's going to play Batman now? You know, who?
That's a very good question. John Hamm come out overnight and said he'd be up for the role, and I'm like, good fit. Gyllenhaal's somebody else who I also think would be a good fit because he'd bulk up for the role. So you've got a couple of options there, and I think the Batman honestly should be about a younger Batman. I want to see a Batman film, and they're going to make another one where he is fighting the Joker and
that's right.
And this current iteration of Batman, he's already done all that.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, they reference in the Justice League when Alfred goes, remember the time all we'd have to worry about is exploding penguins, and he goes, that was the days. So it's like it's a past tense, you know what I mean? So and they're making a Nightwing movie and all that type. They're all over the shop. Anyway, they're all over the shop, Rick. So
not good.
Keep tuned. Warner Brothers keeps fucking up every time lately. We do know though, Wonder Woman 2 is definitely coming out.
Yeah.
And Aquaman is in the can. It's been filmed. It's in post-production. that comes out next year.
Yeah, I know. I just, yeah, I don't know. It should be interesting to see how that goes because we saw his performance.
Well, apparently it's going to be
Justice
very
League.
different from his character in Justice League because in Justice League, Jason Momoa came out and said, "Well, that's just one weekend in his life."
Yeah.
The movie's about him
Based on
taking
his whole-
the responsibility
Yeah.
of what he's due to do. The special effects are going to be really important for Aquaman because it's all set underwater and stuff.
Yeah.
It's got to look realistic.
Yeah,
and
because
it
those
didn't in Justice
it
League.
did not. That's
No.
what let it down. It was a shitstorm.
There you go, mate.
That's
That's all I wanted to talk about this week.
That's
Rick,
it. That's all I want
you
to talk about. All good.
But you know what? We don't want the conversation to end there. We want you to get involved, talk about the stories that we talked about, and give us your opinion. It's really important to us to see what you like and what you don't like, and it helps us create the path of which way this channel is going to go.
Yeah.
So certainly, please talk to us. How do they do that,
Guys,
Rick?
all you need to do is just give us a comment down below. Give us a like for the video. Also give us a like for the subscribe to our channel. And just follow us all on our social media sites as well. Easy and as simple as that, guys. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching again, guys, and
No
we'll
worries.
see you next week.
See ya.